Angry guy here, and women are devastated that men don't need them. Women are devastated that men don't need them. It's something that women are really facing. It's a serious hardship. It's they're struggling to accept that they live in a reality where men do not need them. Men do not need women anymore. Men have never really needed them. The truth is that it's always been about reproduction, and there was the whole Hollywood film of the husband coming home and having a wife to make dinner for him, and oh, look, the children would come and say, "Oh, daddy's home." In reality, dad comes home, the kids look at him like he's a punk. Like, what are you even doing here, man? Like, did I invite you into my house? The woman comes up to him, and she starts just ragging and raging on him immediately. Calling him every name under the book, like, you scumbag. You know, just making his life an absolute living hell. Telling him that he's good for nothing. He doesn't even know what he's done. She had a bad dream. She's not going to tell him she had a bad dream. She had a dream that he was cheating on her, and he's been doing it for a long time. Her emotions are telling her. And there's only one thing that a woman actually is loyal to: her emotions. And her emotions and her ego go hand in hand, and she will never admit that she's wrong. So she'll tell him off and all this other crap. And then, of course, there's all the other stuff like that he's not doing for her and buying for her and getting for her, and the children need this and she needs that. And it's like, why would any man put up with this? Why would any man tolerate this? It's because of the Disney movies. It's because of the churches. The churches are toxic, brothers. This, oh, the man must provide, and this, if you're not providing for your family, you're headed to hell. That's your job as a man, guys. What kind of nonsense is this? We were not put here on this earth to be slaves for a woman. All right, this is the moral conditioning that men receive in Western society, that you are a slave. You are a slave, and you are put here to take care of a woman, to provide for a woman, to make women happy, and that's your ticket to heaven. To be subservient to others. Oh, you must love everyone. You must love everyone, or you're headed to hell. God hates sin. God destroyed cities for sin. Evil. But oh, no, 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 you must not hate. You hate the sin, not the sinner. You must love everyone. You cannot love everyone. That's an impossible task. You must try, because if you don't, the Bible says, God says that, if you hate your brother, then that's the same as taking the life of someone. No, it's not. You know what taking the life of someone is? Taking the life of someone. That's madness. It's absolutely madness. I look at this comment right here. These comments, and this is a response to one of my videos. Women are suffering as men grill steak and enjoy life. And this comment came from uh, Dede. He says, that reminds me of the Dara from Naruto. You remember the Dara? Guys, do you remember back in Naruto when, Shippuden started, and and you had this dude, the Dara was just like flying on the bird, and we got introduced to the Akatsuki, and these guys were some bad boys. Anyway, man, I divest. But all right. So anyway, he says, hosted a dude BQ over the weekend. Four guys, steaks, trims, homebrews, hot grill, game console warmed up, and a great afternoon that went until 2 a.m. Not a single woman in sight, invited nor sought. Great time, fun collab for side gigs, garage bills, and new trips planned. And I actually mentioned this in another video, and another guy followed up by saying, guys, if you want women to leave you alone and not bother you, just wear a backpack everywhere you go. You're not going to hear this anywhere else on earth. Women have have an almost allergic reaction to men wearing backpacks. Try it and enjoy your newfound peace and quiet. You know something funny about that though? Thing about the backpack also is that it makes you look like a grifter. And of course, you run into an issue with a cop. You're like, okay, yes sir, no sir, what's in the backpack? That's unlawful search and seizure. And like I said, one of the big future things is going to be a body cam, where men are going to have body cams everywhere they go. And if they try to illegally search your backpack, if you say, they say, okay, I need to look in your backpack, and you say, well, there's nothing you need to see in there. There's nothing in there that of concern to you, sir. Well, I need to look inside of there. I understand that, sir. I'll put the backpack on the ground. However, I am not giving you authorization to look in there, sir. And that is that. And you simply say, like, I am not consenting. I will put the backpack on the ground, sir, but I am not consenting to you. I am not consenting to you looking inside the backpack. That's all you have to say. I am not consenting. I will put it on the ground. I will move out of your way. I will, you do. I will not fight with you, but but I'm not going to consent to anything, and that's it. And if they say like, well, you are you're like you're trying to stop a police investigation, you say, I am absolutely not, sir. I put the backpack down. I am not arguing with you, sir. For example, if you're in a car and they say like, we're going to search the car, you say, I understand that, sir. Well, let me just make this very clear. I am not consenting, sir. I do not consent to a search, sir. And if they say, okay, well, you're hindering a police investigation, you say, sir, I am not stopping you from doing your job, sir. I am just letting you know that I do not consent. And that's exactly where it is. And then you can simply ask, sir, am I free to go? No, you're not free to go. We are doing an investigation. I am okay, sir. And I'm going to answer your questions. I'm going to provide you with my ID. I'm going to provide you with any information, with things that you request, but I'm not going to consent to unlawful search. But yeah, I just keep on going off in that tangent. But ultimately, guys, one of the reasons why women are afraid of that backpack is because when they see the backpack, it brings up some very images of a grifter. Like, there's a trans, this guy's a grifter. Well, I should say grifter, drifter. Grifter is something else, like, what do you call those people? Grifters are more like people like Megan and Harry. Those are grifters, those are grifters. Drifters are people that just kind of go from place to place but don't have like, a specific home to live at, and these are, but they're not kind of like the humble hobo. They're whole different. They're kind of scary. Like back in the old days, hobos used to be decent folk. They go from place to place. You didn't really hear about hobos committing crimes. They work for a meal, for example. They might, clean the yard up, clean the grass. And they get a meal out of it, place to sleep. They can sleep in the yard. They go from point A to point B. They might get a few pennies. Get a nickel or two, and that was really good back in those days. you know. But these days, you see a guy with a backpack. You see a guy with a backpack. You don't really. He looks dangerous. Like that's it's the truth. Like you see a backpack, you don't know who this guy is. Well, you don't think money. That's the one thing you don't think money. There's something. I don't know where it came from, guys. I don't know where this thing came from. There are cultural things that develop, but somewhere along the line, somewhere along the way, somewhere along the way, you see a dude with a back. You see a dude with a backpack, and you just kind of know. Don't approach him. Something doesn't seem right about this guy, you know. And it's okay. And it's okay. It's okay. He's not a bad guy. He's not necessarily a bad guy, but you don't know him, and you're gonna mind your business, and you're gonna keep your distance. Somewhere along the way, we kind of like we developed as a society, like it's a form of pattern recognition, and we realized that men who walk around with backpacks, there's often something strange about them. Like they may not be the best of people. And yeah, but at the same time, it doesn't mean that they're criminals. So that's a really great tip. Like repel it. Because guys, that's what we want right now. We want them to stay away from us. We want them to leave us alone. We want to be able to live happy lives, peace. We want to ghost in society and not have to worry about these individuals. Boy, does that Tekken gameplay? This is Tekken 8 that you guys are watching. That gameplay looks really, really good, doesn't it? But the creator of Tekken is a bastard. He's recently saying that, oh, we have to charge all of this money for for transactions and all this other crap because it's like it's 2 or 3 times more expensive to develop Tekken 3 than it was to develop Tekken 7, and it's like 100. I should say 100, I don't remember. He said like just a ridiculously more expensive to develop games today than it was in 10, back 20 years ago. Guys, everybody's so greedy these days. These people are just trying to get their money. And modern women don't want stability. Modern women just want lives of luxury and comfort. Like they will, this is the kind of guys I told you they don't like us. These people do not like us. They despise us. They're literally saying that they should be able to go out, buy a luxury car for a couple $100,000. They didn't even say 100. They said just basically buy any luxury car that they want at any given day and not have to speak to their man about it. Guys, they don't want us, okay? If we get into a relationship with these people, We're just basically we're plan B guys at best. If you're not making, let me make this very clear. A typical plan B guy for a woman in her mind is a guy is a millionaire. That's a typical plan B guy. A guy making $100,000 a year to a woman these days is a plan C guy. Okay, that's a come up guy. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed the content, help get the channel to 100,000 subscribers on our journey to 2 million by subscribing to the channel if you already haven't, liking the video, and turning on notifications to never miss another video ever again. Women are devastated that men don't need them. Guys, what do you think regarding this and everything else we discussed here today? I want to hear your thoughts. Let's talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA Men walking away. And cheers.